Hello, my name is Emily Ayinelli of Tea Girl Angel, and I now understand the expression when somebody says they have their back against the wall. Obviously, it's an expression, but literally, I have my back against the wall, and since I'm talking about having my back against the wall, I do believe that it is appropriate, um, as we all have our own struggles and issues in life where we feel that we have to deal with them, and sometimes we don't know quite sure how to, so we kind of feel trapped and not certain of what we should do, so we feel kind of put into a situation we have no control over, and literally we feel like we have our backs against the wall. I don't want to always feel this way. I always felt in my heart that it's good to live life knowing that it's not perfect, but you can come to accept things that you may not have control over. The beauty of life is trying to find a way to come to terms with things and to live and be who you are. There's no shame in being out. There's no shame in accepting yourself for who you are. There's no shame for admitting that you're different. We all have our things in life that we may not wish to share freely with others. But in my case, sometimes you feel like if you don't open up and you don't express how you feel, it will wind up affecting you in many ways that are not healthy. I've struggled all my life with being transgender, and I hated every moment when I could not allow people to know me personally. I hated living a lie. I hated living in the closet. I hated being shrouded in secrecy. I just want to live my life the way I see I should, and I do not feel there's anything wrong with admitting my transgender issues. I feel that it's a way to come to terms and to accept and embrace who I am. I don't suggest that everybody do what I do, because it may not work for you. And for me, it was not a perfect scenario either. I've lost as a result of coming out, and I struggle, and I'm alone a lot and depressed because life is not perfect. However, I'm happier living as a female. I've always known in my heart that was what I was supposed to be. And I'm never going back to what I used to be. I am who I am, and I'm quite proud. And though my back may be against the wall on occasion, I believe we all have to face struggle. So we all have our back against the wall on occasion. Nobody has it perfect. Life is complicated. We all have to fight for what we believe in. We all have a struggle. Life is far from perfect. We all will encounter sadness. We all will encounter tragedy. But we have to learn to cope and to deal with life, because life happens every day and we don't know what tomorrow will bring us. I've said this time and time again, that life is uncertain. We don't know what tomorrow will be for us. We just have to live and do the best we can and appreciate what we have, because we may not have it forever. We won't have it forever. That's a known fact. So we live our life trying to make the best of what we do have, and we must learn to understand and accept who we are. I feel for people who live in denial, who live in the closet. I know, I've been there. I've lived in the closet all my life, and it's a horrible way to live. You want to break free, you want to live to be yourself, and you want to be happy. Obviously, we all want that. Whether you're straight, gay, transgender, lesbian, it doesn't matter. We all want to be happy. We all want to be loved. We all want to be accepted. And life will not always be perfect. We can't force people to like us. We can't force people to understand us. We can't force people to accept us. But we can understand that and learn to live with that. And the main sense of coming to terms with who we are is what's most important. We must love ourselves. We must come to understand who we are. We must come to learn to accept who we are. We must come to learn to love who we are. We must come to learn to embrace who we are. It doesn't matter what others think. It matters only what we think, what we know, what we feel. That's what truly matters. I don't care what others think of me anymore. Once I did, now I don't, because I'm living to be myself. I know who I am, and no one can tell me otherwise. So I will live my life the way I am, the way I love myself, the way I feel more comfortable. I identify as a female. I live as a female. That's plain and simple. That's just the way it is. I identify as a transgender woman because that's what I am. I will always be a transgender woman. I have a male past. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm a father. I am very happy to be a father. I have a son I adore. My son is my life. I have no feelings of hurt for having a male past. In fact, I embrace my former male life, because if I wasn't a male, I would never experience fatherhood. I would never experience having a son. Sure, you may ask, would I prefer to be born female? In honest terms, it would be hard for me to answer that question, because I don't know how my life would play out if I was born female. I know what my life has played out being born male, though I am transgender. So I stick with what I know, and I'm okay with that. My son is my life. He will always be my life. So I'm perfectly content with my male past. And in fact, I think it's a good perspective to have, to see life from both sides of the fence. I know life as a guy, and I know life as a girl. Sure, I'm much happier as a girl. That's a given. If you see me in pictures as a guy, you would sense my sadness, my hurt, my frustration, my pain. As you see me now as a girl, you can sense I'm happier. I'm content. I feel much more at ease. But I do not regret for one moment my male past. As I've said, I'm very proud to be a father of a son I adore, and I'm very lucky because my son accepts me for who I am. He accepts me as Emily. Sure, he knows me as Eddie, my male name, Eddie, and he knows me and loves me as Emily, my female name. So I'm very blessed, and I don't take it for granted. I am truly appreciative. And I'm also appreciative of those who understand and accept me. Not everyone does. I lost support from family and friends I thought were friends, but I have no control over how they react to my coming out. I know what I needed to do. I knew in my heart coming out was the right thing for me. And it's unfortunate that family don't understand or accept me for who I am. That's unfortunate. But it's not going to stop me from being who I am. And I don't care what they think, because I am who I am, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I am Emily, and I am transgender, and I am happy, and I will always be happy, because that is who I am. I'm Emily. I am Nellie of T-Girl, Angel, and I'm very happy with that. I love you guys.